Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Days Off, the show where we're doing everything, doing some things, and have no idea what we're doing. I'm in a rush this morning. It's about 7:30 right now, 7:40 actually. Let's take a look. 7:46, I'm super late. I'm heading down to the border right now because I've got car parts sitting there. For the VOODOO swap, we got a Deechworks DW400 fuel pump. I got a new trim panel for the back because I had some gift card money to spend on it and I want to get rid of the holes. Last couple days, not much has changed in here. Motor's still on the stand. I totally aborted mission last week when I was going to try and plunk it in there. Just the quick jacks wouldn't work when they were all the way down. I had to rescue the car with the floor jacks. It was a shit show. It was really stupid. This time when I do it, I'm gonna have the wheels on it, put it down on the wheels, then we'll put the motor in. Gonna get right to it. I'm driving down to Sumas again to pick up parts at the P.O. box, and then we're gonna come back here and start getting, oh, actually, I've gotta go to Ford after because I think my trans and oil coolers are in. So we're maybe gonna get a hold of those. One thing I was doing last night was fitting up the shifter onto the transmission. I realized that this is not a solid mount shifter, it's a body mount, which really sucks. And I had a panic attack because there's no linkage. But luckily I was smart enough and I actually stowed this away in our storage. This is the stock shifter from the Shelby. So I just have to rob the linkage off of it and we'll fit it up to the transmission. And then it's a body mount, which sucks. One thing I might try and do later, because we have this nice solid billet aluminum, I'm thinking about dismantling this again, and then right in these chunky sections here, drilling and tapping a hole so that we can run it'll sit flat, but running a support down to the transmission mount, similar to the Barton on the MT82. Just like that. Because that's what you want. You don't want a body mounted shifter. It causes deflection, causes you misses gears, it sucks. Anyway, that's totally random. We'll deal with that later. One really cool thing that I did, kind of off camera, is I sprayed the wheel bronze. And look at that. That's sick. That's motivation. I was kind of falling out of love with these wheels, but then I did this on Thursday and yeah. I'm all about that. So we're probably gonna get the other ones done. We'll touch this one up. I'm trying to decide if I just want to rattle can it like I've done with my other ones. This is a rattle can job, and I mean, it looks really, it's pretty good. So I'm trying to decide if I want to rattle can the other three, or if I want to send it to 69 Garage and get him to do it. He's a really good painter, so we'll decide that later. Game plan for today, we're going to pick up parts everywhere. We're gonna come back here. We're gonna prep some more in the engine bay, do the last little bit of prep. And I think I'm gonna take the front bumper off because we have to get in there for the oil coolers and stuff anyways. Pretty much all we gotta do is unclip it and undo the top. The under tray is all out, so it should be super simple to take apart. So once we get all that done, we're gonna get that guy in there. Let's get after this. Thank you so much for coming back and watching Days Off. Please take a minute, hit that subscribe button, leave a like, leave a comment. Share this on your Facebook page, share it on Instagram, share it everywhere. Let's blow this thing up and let's have some fun with it. Anyway, I'm gonna get the hell out of here. So going by the Googs, the border is pretty backed up already. I don't know if I want to wait. I'm gonna try and scope out the lineup when we get up close to it, and then I might have to find a spot to park over like a block away, and then I'll just walk across. It's a lot faster. Yeah, I can see the lineup already. Probably about a half an hour wait. I could probably walk over in that time. So I think I'm gonna do that. All right, the border's like right over behind that tree there. So I'm gonna park here and walk over. I'm not gonna bring the GoPro or anything. Border guards get weird about that kind of shit, so I'm not even gonna bother. So I'll be back here in a few minutes and we'll have a Deechworks fuel pump and a trim panel. Sounds kind of stupid that I came all this way when I say those two parts out loud, but Gotta do what you gotta do. Okie doke. We are back in the sovereign nation of Canada. I got my fuel pump, and then in the package tray is my other package, which actually fits back there. Gotta go to Ford and see if they have my oil cooler and trans cooler, but I don't think they open till 10 or 10:30 or something. So we'll probably run home first and then pick up the GC8 because I don't know if the 911 is gonna have room for it. It's a tiny car. All right. Just picked up some more parts here at West Coast Ford Lincoln in Ridge. These guys have been super helpful with everything, and they give me good pricing on all my parts. So I picked up some diff bolts, or sorry, not diff bolts, drive shaft bolts to the diff, and I got one of my coolers and some of the lines. I'm still waiting on, I think, the trans cooler and the tubes for it. So anyway, let's go home and get to it. Had to scope this thing out. It's super nice. Love this color. And it comes with Michelin's. If I didn't have the Verdict, this would be the Mustang I would buy today. These things are awesome. I could live with that. Cannot live with that though. That'd be roughly close to $100,000 by the time you get it in your garage. Fuck, it's nice. All right, let's go home. Okay, back in the shop. Car's on the lift because it hasn't moved. We got parts, and I'm about to do a quick mod to the lift point here because when we initially used these that I made, this one buckled quite a bit. It actually bent in towards the cylinder head a lot. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to throw a brace from probably about there right down to where the bend, just so we clear the cylinder head enough, but it's going to stop it from tweaking. Okay, so this thing's still kind of warm. These welds are complete trash, but they're stuck and should work. It's just a bracket, so I mean, as long as it stays on there and doesn't crack, it'll be okay. So now I'm gonna bolt this on, and then we're gonna move on to taking that front bumper off, changing the coveralls. It's getting filthy down here. So anyway, I'll just let this cool off on here, and we'll keep moving along. Hopefully that stops this thing from deflecting and bending so much. It actually twisted a little. It was actually a little bit kinked on the flat side. So anyway, moving on. Hey Steven, welcome back.
Welcome back. I'm Steven.
You look like Steven. As you can tell, I'm a lot more productive than I was last time. But Matt's back. He has come over to help do the opposite of what he did last time, which is put stuff on the car.
Oh yes.
And not take it off.
We're un-yeeting.
Unyeeting parts. So today, obviously, I feel like I just started, but anyway. So Matt came over, we're gonna start getting stuff ready to plop the motor in. The little weld job I did on here seems to be holding, although I put the weight on it and it's just touching the cylinder head. I think it'll be okay. A lot less sketchy than the tiny little bolts on the water pump. Matt, of course, brought his 1/2 inch impact because we're gonna need that.
These are gloves, not 1/2 inches.
But they're meant for a 1/2 inch.
Yeah, they're my 1/2 inch holding gloves.
Exactly. All right, so we're gonna work on getting the motor in and then just start picking away at transmission, accessories, plugging everything in. And also, there's a Supra in the driveway again because that's Matt's Supra. It's gorgeous. You probably saw it in the last episode that he was in. Yes, he likes it. 114 admission.
Super good.
Nice, nice. Okay, so I got more feet again. Chris is back. He's also like out of it because he ate and he's tired.
Hi. Every time the last like 3 episodes, I'm like, hi.
Matt's back. Rick's here. Who you saw at Matt's house last time.
I like Rick's shirt.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's a good old blip shift.
Let's do that product placement. There we go.
We are avoiding warranties all over the place.
Yeah, there's a
today.
Ford warranty on this somewhere. We'll figure it out.
There's a Danny warranty on this, isn't there? Thanks, Danny.
Okay, so the motor is going in. The car is now on the ground on its wheels because I'm not gonna make the mistake that I did on the last time and lock up the quick jacks like an idiot. So Matt's jacking up the motor. We're eyeing up the mounts that I made because they're bending already. Everybody,
It's caught on the cart there.
oh, we got an oil filter catching.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna set the camera down and
Just anyone got a hammer? Just break it off.
just hold on. All right, we're moving right along, so I'm gonna put this down for now. Move it over while it's still lower.
You want to lower the motor or you got to lower the center?
You can handle the chain.
That engine seemed like it was going.
Or will you just do the nice shimmy over there?
Yeah, that will. I think we need to go a little bit more inside there. Yeah. By design at this point, we just need to get it set down.
It's for the action thing, so see?
Spending a little time underneath the car getting all those shits.
We'll hook it back up with like we did the other time.
Okay, so leave the chains on.
I'll just take it all out for
Is that how
now.
much
'Cause
horsepower each of these cylinders makes?
yes,
Sweet.
2.5 each. 0.15. It's wrapped up.
Just gonna chill on the back of the car.
Oh hey Matt, we're in an awkward position again. Under the
Like that
car.
painting where you're reaching.
We're back. Oh, Chris is back here too. You're in a more awkward position. You're like
I'm laying down. I'm
like right at pee-pee height.
He's like, oh.
Oh wait. It's getting into me under here.
Hey Rick.
Left arm yellow.
Rick, take
Sounds like a really weird intro.
Oh dude. Shit got weird under here last week too.
Rick, take the camera. Do some filming.
Jesus, take the wheel. Take the wheel.
We're gonna bench press it.
No, we're not bench
No, I'm under the car. That's all.
pressing. No bench pressing.
Would you like me to take these bolts out?
Kyle's pretty expensive.
Why isn't it going in? This is fun.
And Universal was covering.
Going up.
Yeah, see?
A fair portion of the rest.
There.
Putting headers on, what do you think?
So pretty good then.
We'll stop there then. All right. As you can see, the 5.2 is in the car. Matt's working on the headers right now. We got the transmission bolted up. Oh, cross member and everything is all tight.
This would be a lot easier if you just ran open header.
I could. It wouldn't be terrible. No steering shaft, nothing. Just
Probably sound terrible because it's a Mustang.
oh yeah, that's true. And it's not even the good Mustang motor. It's the one with the funny crankshaft. That's true. We're gonna work on getting these headers bolted up. Probably call it after that for today. Mostly after that, it's just fiddly shit.
So it should be running by Friday then.
Next Friday?
Whichever Friday is the one that's coming up.
The last Friday of the month.
So it has to be running before June?
It has to be running before June 9th.
Has to be running before June.
Running and driving. So before June.
Because you're taking it to the Okanagan on June 4th
Oh, okay.
for a test run.
I've made plans apparently.
Yeah, you don't remember that?
Nope.
It was about 10 minutes ago.
Anyway, we're gonna work on these headers and get all this shit buttoned up, and then it's just gonna be a matter of plugging everything in, making sure everything's tight and connected. Oil cooler and everything will come later.
What's the worst case if you only ran headers and 4 bolts?
Just be some leaking and carbon monoxide poisoning. That'll be fun. But look how good they look.
You're tough, you'll live.
Yeah, we won't die. Anyway, back to spinning on header nuts 1/8 of a quarter of a turn at a time. Enjoy.
Who has to document this?
I think I'm going to continue documenting it tomorrow. I do not feel well right now.
And we're giving us a recap. Go. What did we get done today?
Well, I got the hiccups really bad, so there's that. I think I'm just excited because the 5.2 is in the Mustang. With the Tremec bolted up, we got one header on, we got 4 header bolts on the other side. Motor mounts are somewhat in place. Tomorrow I'll be hooking up all the accessories, coolant lines, radiator will go back in, Cobra Jet on, and then we'll get everything plumbed, get some fluids in it, hook up the tune by Sunday, or Monday I guess, and then maybe we'll light it off this week. I was hoping for Monday, I don't even know if it'll happen, but definitely gonna try my best. So thank you to Matt and Kyle and Chris, Rick, oh my god, I almost forgot, for coming out to help. I will see you back here tomorrow when we finish this up. That's staying in for sure. Morning everyone. Back in the shop. Not for long though. I got my nephew's birthday today, so we're not going to be getting back into the car until this afternoon. Yesterday it was big wins all around. I kind of started feeling sick by the end of the day. I don't know, acid reflux or something. Making me want to throw up every time I laid on the floor. So I decided I should probably just stop. I didn't even get those header bolts situated, so I'll have to start with that later. But anyway, the 5.2 is in the car. That's the big deal here. The transmission's in it, shifter and everything. Like, it's a big win. Beginning of the day yesterday, I was a little bit like, kind of intimidated, but honestly, guys came and helped, and that was in there in no time. So it was pretty awesome. Again, I cannot thank those guys enough for coming to help. And yeah, we got a 5.2 in there. So now it's just hooking up everything else and getting everything ready and seeing if we can get it to run by tomorrow. I don't know. It could happen. Anyway, I'm gonna go and hit the Starbucks right now and try and wake up because I'm still waking up. I literally passed out. So I left the shop here at 10 o'clock and I went upstairs and passed out. I was done. It was a lot. And the sun was in here yesterday, so it was baking us pretty good. You know, it was right kind of at the front of the car. So I'm gonna hop in the GC8 and go down and grab some coffee. But we'll catch up when I come back later and we get started working on the car and get a few steps closer to firing it up. All right, back from my nephew's birthday. Time to get working on this. Not a lot of talking, there's a lot of work to do, so I'm just gonna get after it. And hopefully tomorrow night we're running. On the motor mount, I got the header all bolted up, top and bottom bolts are all done. The BMR section is loosely bolted, so I'm going to tighten up the plate, and then I'll get a wrench on the bottom. I'll get the extension at the top, and we'll zap the BMR mounts up. But getting closer. All right, well I'm laying under a car and I got a tap in my hand, which is never fun. One of the motor mount bolts cross-threaded, so I'm gonna try and chase it and clean it out. Hopefully it'll take. Otherwise we're running three bolts on this motor mount plate. Hey guys, so I got the motor mounts all done up. I chased that hole into the block, the tap. It wasn't too stiff, but it was just like the entire length of it was gacked. So cleaned quite a bit of aluminum out of there. Got it to take, and got the bolt snug without it bottoming out or anything. So knock some more stuff out, but just, I don't know. I had like all this motivation this morning and it's just like slowly dwindling. So I think I'm just gonna take a break. I think I just need to take a break and then I'll come back. So I'll see you guys in a few. All right, so last thing we were doing earlier was finished buttoning up the motor mounts and the headers. Oh, pardon me. And then I went and took a scooter ride and made dinner and stuff. Got a little bit more energy, but my body is still super sore. I really need to get back on the bike. I guess you guys didn't know that I used to bike a lot and skate and stuff, and just generally be like more active and not like a lazy piece of shit. So I think I'm gonna do that more now. So I managed to scoot the belt onto the water pump and everything. The alternator is actually pretty simple, and that tension is really easy to maneuver. So the problem that I'm having now is that got ahead of myself, and I should have left the AC compressor loose, but I didn't, because there's no way I'm stretching this belt over an inch to get it on. What I'm gonna do now is crawl back under there, and I'm gonna loosen off the front two bolts and the rear bolt so that I can kind of just tweak it, get the belt on, and then tighten it back up. Had a migraine earlier, it fucking sucked. I thought it was like a hangover or something, but literally I had like 3, 4, maybe 4 beers yesterday all day, which is probably more than like the average, but whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna throw you on time lapse, gonna get to work. Alright guys, I'm trying to get that AC on, and now the belt won't let it set into the block, so I'm getting really frustrated, and I'm gonna call it a night because I'm just gonna get angry and I don't want to do that. So thanks for hanging with me today, and we'll get back at it tomorrow. I don't think we're gonna be able to start this thing this weekend. Oh well, we'll get it started eventually. See you tomorrow. guys, welcome back to the shop. It is holiday Monday, Victoria Day, or May long weekend, for May long weekend. So this morning I took a rest last night, slept, and came back. Got the AC bolt in. I had to jack up the motor. I did clearance the bolt a little bit, gave it about probably a 1/4 inch of a cut, and it slid right in. I put a bunch of Loctite on it, so it seated nicely, didn't strip, and we're good to go. AC's on, alternator's on, belts are all done, and motor mounts are tight, so we're done with all that stuff. Right now I'm tying up some wiring, the main engine harness. So just working on, I have to relocate this zip tie mount thing to this part of the cylinder head. So I'm just gonna cut this tape and move it back and cinch that up right there so it sits nice out of the way. And after that, it's moving on to, I think, start connecting the trans wiring and the O2 sensors. I've been working on getting this all sort of bent up and relocated under here. So before I had this like positioned over there. So now what I have to do is fish it back up through there, over the cross member, and then back down, because it's going all the way to the back of the trans over there. And then it actually crosses over the other side for the reverse sensor, the speedo. Apparently I didn't sleep enough. It's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon right now, by the way. I slept until like 10. So let's get to it. Gonna start hooking all this shit up, and hopefully by the end of this, we'll have a Cobra jet up there, we'll have the radiator back in, and just be done up here. Okay. Okay, so what you're seeing right now is I'm messing with the starter bolts. I'm trying to get the last one seated up in the top so I can start spinning it. It's all the way up. There it is. Quite impossible to get my hand like fully in there, so I'm trying to use a stubby little swivel 10 mil. I'm gonna try and feed it in there and see if I can get a grip on it, get it in. And then this is kind of the last like really tight space nut and bolt operation. I ran all that wiring from trans, everything's plugged in, transmission, and hilarious enough, I said before, I wouldn't be using the trans temp sensor because there's no provision for it. The part numbers for the GT and the GT350 battery harness and trans harness, the exact same. And there was no dash or anything in them. I think the date code was different, and it has a trans temp sensor. So I think that's also part of the new performance pack Mustangs, if I'm not mistaken, Mach 1 and everything. So I think that adds it into the harness, which, great, no empty connectors, so that's a bonus. So now, basically I'm gonna button up the starter and call it a day. Maybe I'll throw the Cobra jet on, who knows? Oh, I think I got it to bite. I think I got a couple threads on it. Handled. What did I do with the ratchet? Of course. Okay. Give it one final little arm torque, and we're good. Well, the sun has rejoined the chat. That's always motivating. So pretty much everything is kind of buttoned up. We got the starter on, AC's on. Oh, better move that, it's bad flare. Got a whole bunch of stuff on the car now. Basically everything on the motor is tight. All the grounds are on, wiring's done. Very last thing we're gonna do today is we're gonna put the Cobra jet right there. So go over the bench right now. We're gonna prep it up, put the fuel rails on, tighten everything, clean my lens first. So we're gonna prep this, put the fuel rail on it, tighten it up, get the bolts ready, and we're gonna throw in the car. Cobra Jet is ready. All right, just like that, Cobra Jet is on. That's motivation right there, guys. Damn. Looks like it's a little bit lower than it did before. I guess I'll find out when I put the hood on. I'm gonna make it. I got 18 days, I got lots of time. We're almost there. I'm gonna call it here for the night, guys. It was a fantastic weekend of wrenching. Had some really slow parts, I'm very sorry for that. This is a weird episode, just, I kept losing motivation, I kept hitting that wall. But now we're finishing on a high. We got the Cobra Jet on. The car, I feel, has its soul back. Next time you see the car, we're gonna be finishing it up, putting power on it, doing the brakes, and getting it ready to hit the road. I'm gonna give you guys updates every time I can when I get new parts and everything, like I said. I sort of made the episodes offset by a week, so it's not really working for the intermediate one timeline. But I think what I'll do is I might do an early week episode and a end of week episode, and then I'll film everything after that. I don't know. It's gonna catch up eventually because I'm gonna leave for power tour and I'm gonna leave you hanging for like 2 weeks, so maybe I'll save one as a bonus. I don't know. I'm really excited now, but I'm gonna leave it on a high. You know, I look like hell. My eyes are bagged up. I look like shit and covered in dirt. I'm gonna call it here. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Every bit of support goes a long way with me, and I really appreciate it. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'll see you back here next week when we hopefully get this thing running. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you next time.